next match is scheduled for one fall.
Wait. Hey buddy, you can have simply just a few bars rest while the man with more spectacular talent in his pinky than everyone in Ringwood can introduce this spectacular man. My name is Hockey, I am the artiste, and I am here to introduce this absolute legend. Maestro, hit my music! There he is, it's Anth Cava. There he is, what a man, the dream of many kings, whose bars ain't worth the text, his body sculpted, my God, what a face! Oh, what I long to be, the greatest legend in history. There he is, it's Anth Cava, absolute excellence. The man in bars, blood, flex, all those muscles and 3% body fat, absolute. There he is, sculpted by the gods. He is, demolish anyone. He's Anth Cava.
That may be one of the most legitimately best things I've ever seen in wrestling. And normally I just say that about Anth Cava.
He's a beautiful man. He deserved a beautiful entrance, what can I say?
Well done.
However, and we'll gush about Mr. Cava in a minute, but...
Oh, and I will.
But I really want to obviously spend some time with the guy who's about to come out. But let's just wait for his announcement first, and then I'll wax lyrical about Riki.
This is Riki D Boom!
I'm very proud to have Riki on this show. Riki, God bless the man, came down to our first show and he was helping out. And so when I was looking for an opponent for Anth Cava tonight, I took one look at Riki and I thought, damn it kid, you got the match. But in seriousness, I got to go down to the Vicious Pursuit training school, and Carlo Cannon, the man who runs that facility, gave me the opportunity to watch his trainees, and I got to see so much potential out of all of them. And there was this one young, hungry kid, Riki D Boom. And when I found out that this man hadn't even had a match in Australia yet, this is his Australian debut. He has managed to compete over in Malaysia, but this will be the first time he is competing in an Australian ring. This is a big moment for Riki D Boom. And it's an interesting note, but actually both men got more social media likes than any other competitor on the card tonight.
Hey!
I know, look at that, I'm very proud of that.
Well earned. And what an absolute incredible opportunity for AUS Pro Wrestling to be the first place to showcase here in Australia.
Well, look, when he's main eventing WrestleMania and beating Cody Rhodes like he will be here, then I can say, ha! He started in my promotion. Anyway, collar elbow tie-up, and obviously we know Anth Cava for being the beautiful and powerful competitor that he is. But Riki D Boom, he's no slouch. He's got a big frame on him. He's, I think he actually outweighs Cava just about. But collar elbow tie-up, excellent technique. Kudos to Carlo Cannon for the phenomenal technique there, driving him into the ropes, and both men just locked up like bones now.
That, as you mentioned, that potentially slightly larger frame of Riki working to his advantage, getting the upper hand on Anth in that front corner.
Now, before we continue with the match, I just want to shout out another thank you to Time to Train, Asperger's program, who have obviously allowed us who have sponsored us very kindly, allowing us to release this show and this match exclusively on YouTube here today. He's going for the test of strength, and if anyone else, I'd be a bit nervous. But sorry, if it was anyone else, I'd be assured in Cava's ability. But here I'm a little bit nervous because I'll tell you one thing: Riki D Boom, as I said, he's no slouch. He's a physical specimen in his own right.
And we're seeing that with a little bit of resistance. I've seen Anth wrestle many times at many places, and rarely have I ever seen him lose a test of strength like that.
And look at this, Riki D Boom, he knows the goal is to get a pinfall. 3 seconds is all it takes to get that first big victory here, not only in AUS Pro, but in Australian wrestling as a whole.
Kick to the chest from Anth, breaking the hold.
Off the ropes, and a shoulder tackle. Wasn't able to get him down, off the ropes again. And you can see Riki just leaning all his weight into that, just stopping him in. Anth is starting to look a bit worried.
So there's a lot of doubt in the face of Anth Cava. This is a man that I have seen confidently be in the ring with some of the best that Australia has.
That knocks him down hard. Riki D Boom, quite surprisingly, taking control in the early going. And you can see the personal ring announcer and the singer, the artiste at ringside, looking a bit concerned for Anth Cava right now. Boom going over the top. Anth Cava looking a bit discombobulated and now being dropped square on his face.
For those of you playing at home, you may not know this. You would immediately assume that a wrestling match is predominantly physical, which it is. However, the mental game plays such a huge and strong role. And when we're seeing that look, that shock, that bewilderment from Anth Cava, he is going to start doubting himself. He's going to...
hang on a second. Lockie, get out of there, you little toe rag.
You would say that if you didn't have an artist in your corner. Allowing Anth to get the upper hand, dropping Riki to the mat. Kick out at 0.
I'm going to have to check his managerial license. I'm sure it said he was only going to sing. I'm pretty convinced it didn't say he was going to get physically involved in the contest.
Contractual obligations are very important and do play a role.
Absolutely. Why do you think Anth Cava got a personal thing into the ring? I mean, he was a tough negotiator for today's show. I mean, Anth Cava, let's talk about Anth Cava. I mean, this is a man who's been training for the best part of 10 years, and, you know, he's really quickly become... Oh, wait a minute. Might be going for Cava lock, that full Nelson, which he uses to stretch his opponents into submission, but wasn't able to get it that time, but neck breaker, and the Boom goes down.
Not the smoothest neck breaker, however, it did force Riki to land on his shoulder rather than flat at his back.
Really? Just gave him a 7 out of 10 for that.
Is
that good?
It's average, I guess. But it's one of those things, like as you mentioned, coming from Carlo.
He's actually mentoring Cava and saying, "Oh, it could have been better."
You mentioned it. So Riki, coming from the school from Carlo Canada's school,
Vicious Pursuit.
Vicious Pursuit would have been trained very well in order to take a landing from a neck breaker. However, throwing it off slightly.
Perfect score now for Mr. Cava. For the biceps, beautiful posing.
One thing you can't be trained for is to be dropped heavily on your shoulder. That soft tissue can only take so much, and especially...
Lockie once again getting involved, and the official being distracted now by Cava. Cava get back in control thanks to Lockie now. Launches him off the ropes, and Cava with a huge back elbow.
So for a man dressed so cleanly, he's acting so dirty. Pin attempt from Anth, kick out at 1.
Strong kick out at 1, and hey look, kicking out at 1, I get it, it's a psychological thing.
We discussed it a moment ago, yeah.
You're sending a big message to your opponent. It's like, hey, you've got to do a lot more if you want to beat me tonight. But I was trying to talk about Anth earlier. I mean, this is a man who's been wrestling best part of 10 years, and you're slowly seeing him morph into a more and more competent wrestler. And he's really starting to rack up the wins at the moment. But outside of wrestling, multi-time Australian and world champion in bodybuilding.
And we just saw it. Look at that.
Gorgeous frame, obviously. Going for that super. Look at it, just muscles.
And again, what a beautiful suplex.
What a call.
What a call. He's going for another suplex now. And obviously it's a working technique for him this time. We've earlier talked about the dangers of repeating those maneuvers. And this is it. Anth Cava calling for the Cava lock. the maneuver he has used to submit and stretch into submission so many of his opponents in the past. And I can guarantee, doesn't matter what Carlo's been doing at school, Riki D Boom will have never felt anything like the Cava.
Absolutely, and we saw Anth slowly working away at the shoulder and neck region of Riki. However, it's a little stronger than he may have predicted.
Oh, look at that! He pulled the ripcord right into a Northern Light suplex. Full release, all impact. And a kick out there by Riki D Boom and a late two.
That kick out is getting later and later, Andy. Anth just chipping away, little bit by little bit.
But slow and steady wins the race, as they say. Going for another suplex. This will be the third one that Cava will have hit. And D Boom
keeping that center of gravity low and tight, giving Anth every...
He's making it earn it. And inside cradle! It's all it takes is 3 seconds, but he wasn't able to hook the leg. And you've got to believe that that could have cost him there.
Spinebuster!
Shoots the inside. Oh! Okay, Anth is starting to lose his cool, and you can see it now, resorting to those strikes, and D Boom desperately covering up.
Saying that though, you look over at Lockie for a manager and a singer, the grin on his face.
Look at this, he's now going to Lockie, he's trying to get some inspiration, reminding Cava that he is a champion, one of his bodybuilding medals right there. Reminding Cava that he is the winner, but he really should be focusing on his opponent right now. The Boom is on his feet.
The anger in Cava, knocked off out of his face completely. That back elbow boot to the face of Cava.
Well, this is what happens when you lose your cool. You start making mistakes, and that's what Cava's doing right now. Big shoulder block. The Boom definitely in control right now. Big back elbow, and he is feeling the pump. Big clothesline.
Anth stumbling, doing what he can to get to the vertical place.
Oh, he's going for that suplex now. Riki D Boom getting ready.
Tasting your own medicine.
Oh my God. Look at that, the technique. Straight down. That vertical suplex was gorgeous and perfectly vertical. 1, 2.
Kick out at 2. Carlo Cannon, you must be proud. You have to be proud after a vertical suplex like that. But he'd be even prouder when Riki D Boom, presumably, as he has the upper hand this very moment.
Whoa. You say this though, Lockie, and the official really needs to get on this. Lockie now, just on the apron. And, well, that was very satisfying to see, I have to say. Oh no! Cava lock, that's all it is! It's locked in tight. Riki D Boom didn't have any opportunity to try and block it.
Distraction by Lockie, opening him up. That is deep, that is stretched.
That's it.
There it is.
Tap out, no shame. Get out of there. Ref, get him off. Get him off, Sarge.
By submission.
Oh, come on. I'm going to have a word with that official after this.
Win on Lockie. Was this the plan all along? Push this man to that limit, to go that little bit harder, do what needs to be done to get that victory. And that is what Anth has done today.
Well, let's look at the replay here. You can see that it's clearly Lockie's interference that allowed Anth Cava that moment of distraction. He was able to slip on the Cava lock so quick, and there's the tap out. It was in, and you can just imagine the shoulder blades, the neck, all starting to basically getting dislocated from the raw pressure of that muscular mountain of a man. Anyway, hell of a debut here for Anth Cava and Riki D Boom. There will be other days and nights for you, my young man.